Smiling Friends, Episode 9, Smiling Friends Go to Brazil, the review. Also, spoilers. This episode is awesome, and a great welcome back to the series. I swear, this is the most realistic one yet to the dialogue and even down to the facial expressions. Anyways, let's get started. The gang, except Mr. Boss, just comes off of a plane, and have just arrived at Brazil. Now, every time you have ever went on a trip, wouldn't you on the way there not talk about who booked the hotel, just maybe the fact that you are excited to get to one? You see someone in your group assumed you did, you assume someone else did it, and so on and so forth. That's the first conundrum within the first 30 seconds that the gang has. And they deal with it like any reasonable person would. Once realization sets in, they stand in the middle of the airport on the bottom of the escalator. Charlie, the yellow guy, exclusively says that they should keep their cool. However, he is the only one who gets passive-aggressive throughout the whole episode. Pim, the tiny purple guy, he genuinely didn't know that he was the one who was supposed to make the reservations, feels bad, and tries not to make the trip ruined. Pim makes the awkward phone call, and that maybe he did book the hotel, and of course it wasn't, and of course the hotel is booked up with full capacity. When Pim reveals the news to the crew, they aren't exactly upset, more so understanding. And then, a gentleman visits them. Understandably, the crew is weary, because he asks them if they are tourists multiple times, then asks if they have cash. Charlie and Pim take over, saying that they don't have any cash. And finally, the gentleman tells them to have a good time. Charlie got scared because he lifted his hand once, and Allan, the red guy, agrees in that he was afraid that something was going to happen, and said that he saw him flinch, even though I don't think he did. The crew gets their table, and awkwardly, the first two order water, and finally, Allan just asks water for the whole table. Just Charlie orders the fries, of course. Charlie, Pim, and company get back to the basis of getting a hotel. Pim's first and only suggestion was to maybe get a more expensive hotel. The crew responds with not bringing enough money for that, and Pim, who feels personally attacked, says he was just giving an idea. Charlie and Pim bicker more until Allan interjects that they are just trying to solve a problem. Finally, Charlie agrees to call the boss. If he can't give them money, maybe some advice for the crew. Allan calls the boss, who obviously would answer like anybody else would. He's not really sure how he could help, and he doesn't really seem like he wants to either. The crew sadly agrees that it's probably best that they just fly back and plan for another trip, because it's going to cost them too much to be there. The crew leaves from the table without paying for their bill, and there's a plane crashing in the background. I gotta say, I really enjoyed this episode. They somehow managed to take 9 minutes and have you sitting in an airport. It's pretty good. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace.